After surviving an abusive childhood, Mark David Chapman led an isolated life. As a kid, he grew up with imaginary friends and imaginary power. Drug use led to arrests and some missed opportunities for mental health treatment. As his psychological well-being declined, Chapman focused in on John Lennon and what he believed was entitled hypocrisy. I'm Mike.
I'm Ian.
And I'm Dave. If you've always wondered what led to the madness behind the maniac that killed one of the greatest songwriters in history, stick around. Now you won't have to imagine any longer. This is Necronomipod.
Had a ton going on in my life recently, coming into tonight's episode blind. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
But I was surprised to see we're doing a nice deep dive on the history of the Beatles, if I understand correctly. And you're not even a fan, Ian, so it's pretty incredible that you decided to do that.
Right.
Beatle hater.
I was actually inspired by your game show on Patreon. We had what was it?
This or that.
Yeah, but it was either a sound clip of Yoko, porn, or an animal, right?
Yeah. Animal in the wild, porn clip, or Yoko Ono.
Yeah. Patreon.com/Necronomipod. That was a really fun episode. This or that is Me Gusta.
After
that again sometime.
After that, I'm like, it got in my head. I'm like, I know some of this stuff about Mark David Chapman. Like, I know a couple of things. Some of his hallucinations we'll talk about. I'm like, man, that'd be an interesting one to talk about. Yeah.
Why does he go by three names? Any idea?
I don't know.
That's just weird how that develops for some people.
Yeah.
Was it
Lee Harvey Oswald
meant to be a middle name, or was it meant to be like his name is Mark David?
I don't know. It's just like how it's always reported as Mark David Chapman.
Right. Yeah. I always assume if it's two first names, it's hyphenated, right? Like Jean-Luc or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
How do you get that? Like, how do you get people to call you by all three of your names?
That's what I'm asking you, pal.
Yeah, well.
You gave me the Uno reverse card there. That was my original question.
Yeah. If you use both your names and you're a three-namer, are you more prone to assassinate someone?
Yes. Lee Harvey.
Moving on. Asked and answered. John Wilkes Booth.
There you go. Another one.
Yeah. By the way, Wilkes is a cool name. I like Wilkes.
It's not bad.
Yeah. That's a perfect middle name.
It's got, Southern trader connotations now. I don't know if you could recycle
fucking
it.
Ruined it. Mm-hmm. I think you probably could.
You can get away with that?
I mean, if it was something completely different.
Mike Wilkes Namapod.
Michael Wilkes
Michael
Namapod.
Wilkes.
MW Namapod in some circles.
I like instead of the three names, maybe your first initial, then your middle name, then your last name.
Of course, M. Night Shyamalan, the greatest director of all time.
There you go.
As voted by Teen People magazine.
Well, he's...
I made that up. I don't think that was ever a real thing.
I sure hope not, because he hasn't had a good movie in a long fucking time, man.
Is M. Night Shyamalan a one-hit wonder? Or does he have more? Like, what was the big one? Sixth Sense?
Sixth Sense.
Signs was pretty good.
Signs was good?
Yeah. And what was it The Village?
That was good.
I liked that one as well.
A little silly, but it was entertaining.
Yeah. Okay, he's not a one-hit wonder. But he peaked pretty early.
Yeah. He's been trying to recapture it ever since.
Recapturing that Sixth Sense stuff.
Yeah. His daughter was in that last, what was she in? She was in something I watched. I don't know. Never mind. I thought I had it, but I don't have it. She's like a singer.
Oh.
Yeah. Some shit movie I watched not too long ago.
I think you've told us about that. I remember vaguely. All right, well, let's get into M.D. Chapman.
Mark David Chapman was born on May 10th, 1955 in Fort Worth, Texas, the first child of David Curtis Chapman and Diana Elizabeth Chapman. David was a United States Air Force Staff Sergeant. Diane was a registered nurse. Soon after Mark's birth, David left active duty using the GI Bill and studied engineering at Purdue University. By the late 1950s, the family had already moved a lot as a military household. After David finished his degree, they settled in Decatur, Georgia, which is a suburb of Atlanta, where David worked in the credit department of an oil company. Then in 1962, Mark's younger sister, Susan, was born. And that's just kind of it for her for this story. Like, she's just, has stayed away.
Mm-hmm. Is her name Susan David Chapman?
It's Diane. Okay. Susan Diane Chapman.
It
that would make
is.
more sense, yeah.
Mark's early childhood looked stable from the outside, but was very tense inside the house. He later said that he lived in fear of his father, claiming his father was physically abusive towards his mom and emotionally distant with him. In the evenings, David often sat in front of the TV and said little. A simple question could set off a fight that, just like a World War III type situation in the house. And by morning, everyone acted like nothing happened. Mark said that he was, quote, deathly afraid of his father and, quote, slept in dread. He described nights when his mother called out for him and he ran into the room to find his dad standing over her. He said her face was bruised the next day. He said he would also rush in to, quote, make his father go away, going as far as imagining getting a gun to protect her.
Oh, early projection.
Is this part of the Burger King triad? Oh, no, that's my DoorDash order later. Sorry.
Diane sometimes let him stay home from school and tried to smooth things over. From the outside, everything looked like a normal middle-class family. David led a Boy Scout troop, taught Mark the guitar. From the outside, he looked like a good dad, Inside, very different story.
Yeah. When his mom yelled for him, you think she yelled Mark David. Mark David! Mark David!
It is so awkward.
Doesn't flow, right? Yeah. Mark David. It's usually 2 syllable, 1 syllable, right?
Everyone always is trying to shorten names. Yeah. David, Dave, Michael, Mike, Ian, It's just, why do you add more? Why say more when you can say less?
I live my life by that rule. Why say more when you can say less? Yeah. Except on this show. And in every other facet of my life, I live by that.
Mark was very quiet and introverted. He struggled to fit in and wasn't athletic. He got picked on at school. Other boys nicknamed him Pussy, that is not creative at all.
Jesus. Fucking pussy. Fucking pussy. That's actual audio.
Yeah.
Mark David Chapman had like a little recorder in his book bag.
Terrible.
He spent a lot of time alone with toy soldiers, staging private battles that he narrated to himself. He didn't play like that in front of other people. This was extremely private for him, which that's not weird. I mean, kids play by themselves.
Yeah, they sure do, sir. I staged private battles with my wiener when I was that age.
You lose every time.
Eventually, just put up the white flag and battle's over.
I always remember, I think it's a Joe Rogan bit where he talks about a game he used to play, like taking an Ambien and seeing if you can jerk off before you fall asleep. He's like, I never win. I think it was him. I don't know. It's one of those old stand-up clips. It's funny as hell.
I never had an Ambien.
Me neither.
I'm too afraid to take one.
I am too, because I used to do all that sleepwalking and shit, and the crazy Ambien stories I've heard. I've always been too nervous to partake in that.
Yeah, people start eating weird shit, right? There's like stories of people sleepwalking and eating dog food and stuff.
All kinds of shit, yeah.
I've made the mistake a few times of having Xanax and with alcohol. And then the next day you're like, that was not pleasant. Like I've never had like extreme blacking out things, but that was more than enough to be like, I don't want that again.
Yeah.
That's 0 to 100 real quick.
It's not a good feeling when you wake up and you don't remember what you did.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's a weird feeling. Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't want to fuck with Ambien.
Nope. I'd sure love to sleep, but
not like that.
You know what else makes you sleep? A bottle of Jack Daniels. Be a man. Don't be a pussy like Mark David.
Why don't you just get some Propofol and a doctor, Dave? That'd be working for you. I fix you right up with the propofol.
He had it for a while, and then he didn't. Didn't we see the chair, the doctor's chair?
We did.
Yeah. In Zach's museum, Dave. The doctor's chair that was next to Michael's bed.
Bunch of sickos.
Yeah, it really was weird.
You guys are perverts. Dead perverts.
It was weird how you could see his makeup on there.
Yeah.
Like you could like see the actual fingerprints
Yeah,
from his
like
makeup.
on the hands, right? Or on the arms.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, like his face, not blush, but foundation.
Yeah. You guys should be ashamed.
Zach should be ashamed, not me.
I was just walking through a building. It happened to be there. Don't put that heat on me.
Mark also had some tics that started when he was a baby. He rocked to fall asleep. It got harder and harder, hard enough that Diane took the wheels off his crib, but that didn't stop. He would scoot the crib and it would start banging against the wall, still rocking. A doctor told her that it was harmless and he would likely grow out of it, but he didn't. Mark kept rocking throughout his life. And he figured out eventually, too, like, it's not socially acceptable to just rock in public. You know what I mean? People are going to be like, what's going on?
Reminds me of like old school Mankind.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't do it in public as an adult, but at home listening to records, he would rock the whole time.
Well, fuck yeah. At home, rocking out. You got to rock.
Yeah. Do you remember that old Mankind, Dave? When he would
Oh,
sit,
yeah.
like, crisscross applesauce in the ring and just like
yeah.
rock, and he would literally rip his hair out.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he was really working.
Like for real, he was. Yeah,
Yeah, ripping it.
yeah. He went method on that.
Around 12, Mark began speaking out loud about what had been a private world, the little people. Diane's first memory came when she had the flu and was laying in bed while Mark sat nearby. He told her that his friends were lined up along the wall. She thought it was a joke and forgot about it until he brought it up again. Mark later described the world in detail. The little people lived inside the walls. They loved him and looked at him like he was their king.
All hail Mark David.
He put on concerts for the little people using toy soldiers. He cut off all the guns, took off all the guns off the soldiers and remade them into guitars. And he would put on these concerts for the little people. And in the car, he treated the window crank like it was a volume knob for their radio. He would have like these imaginary news broadcasts that he would turn up and down while his parents drove. Mark said that he would press a quote button to quote blow out part of their wall when he got mad. So like, you know, like when you're on like those, like some couches have those decorative buttons. Yeah, that's the button he would push that. And
Especially back then.
Yeah. So he would blow their shit up if they pissed him off. Specifically, if they would they would boo him a lot. They would boo his.
Oh, you suck, Mark David.
They would boo his concert.
Let me out of the wall. Fucking two-name nerd. Well, Mike, you're more used to blowing out vaginal walls than this, but does this ring any bells with you from when you were a kid?
No. Vague memories of the couch buttons. Do recall those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never touched any to blow up a person or imaginary person.
Oh, you blew us up, Mark David.
Mark said that when he blew them up, like when these blasts happened, a lot of them died, but they would come back and he would forgive them.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, he said, quote, "It was like I was their hero. I was on TV every day. They kind of worshipped me." That's what he told biographer Jack Jones.
It's just the second weirdest thing I've heard a young man doing with a couch over the last few years.
He played Beatles records for them. That's his favorite band.
Just like you.
Yeah.
Nice.
It gives him like the sense of control in his life that he didn't have, which it's funny. Like I was laughing reading like his quotes and stuff about the little people. 'Cause I was imagining it like,
Oh, yeah.
like, I don't know, like it's an Adult Swim cartoon show or something, you know,
Yeah, right.
and the little people are booing him and shit.
That's funny. That is funny.
Beatles fucking suck.
But when you think about it in reality, like it is kind of sad. Like this kid's imaginary friends are even being negative to him.
Right.
And
He's
booing
going to
him.
blow him out.
There's some mental health issues here we're going to have to work through.
Yeah.
Or something bad might happen.
I would just recommend you blow the little ones. You don't have to blow out the walls. Just blow the little ones.
Literally, no one's even said the words. Why is he in the studio right now? He does not have just access.
Keep the walls. Blow the little ones.
Turn off Michael Jackson's key card. This guy just fucking shows up now.
Early on in school, Mark was like the kid that teachers leaned on. He would run notes to the office, stack music stands, wipe down chalkboards, all that kind of stuff, you know. He didn't really have any friends. But as he got older, that routine kind of slipped. He started skipping classes, ducking out after lunch, or not showing up at all. Behind the gym, he fell in with kids smoking cigarettes and huffing glue. A lot of glue huffing going on in Mark David's life.
Oh, boy. That's not good.
Yeah, so they would hang out behind the gym, huff a lot of glue.
Sounds horrible, right?
I've never huffed glue.
No, that sounds awful.
Not glue.
That's fucking immediate cancellation of massive amounts of brain cells.
Yeah. I always think of like It's Always Sunny when Charlie's like huffing glue and huffing spray paint.
Oh, that's right. He's just got the stains around his face.
Yeah, like silver paint.
Yeah.
Around 1969 at 14, Mark graduated from huffing glue and he was using a lot of drugs, marijuana, LSD, heroin, and pills. Growing out his hair, skipping classes. Whole different person now. Decatur police picked him up once while he was, quote, freaked out on LSD. Diane locked him in his bedroom as punishment, and he pulled the door off its hinges and ran, spending a week at a friend's house.
Here, Mark, we'll help you lift the door up. Run, run. Run. Thanks, fellas.
Not long after, he took off for Miami during spring break and tried to live on the streets for about 2 weeks. He was sleeping on the beach some nights. He would crash with other kids, you know, when he could. Didn't really work out for him, and he ended up hanging out with some guy, and this guy bought him a bus ticket back to Georgia.
Kindness of strangers, if you will.
What did he have to do for that bus ticket?
What did the little people have to do?
Fucking all of a sudden, Michael Jackson's gone. All of a sudden, Michael Jackson's gone.
You banished him out of the room, man.
Oh, yeah. Like he's ever listened to me.
You have it both ways, pal.
He's never listened to me.
God, you were being mean to him. He went
He's
back,
crying.
He's back in heaven now.
I think he's calling me ignorant somewhere.
Jesus, that Mike Namapad's ignorant.
So at this point, he's been arrested a couple times too. You know, like there's a build happening in the family where like nobody knows how to deal with him. You know what I mean?
What is he arrested for?
Always drug related stuff.
The drug stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, multiple times for LSD related stuff where he would just do too much and, you know, go overboard, have a big panic attack, freak out.
Like
and
an
shit.
asshole in public. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah, that'll happen.
In 1971, at 16, Mark attended a revival led by a traveling evangelist and had a born-again conversion. Friends said that the change was immediate. He cut all his hair off, quit drugs, started wearing a large wooden cross, and became an active Presbyterian, handing out Bible information at school, talking about Jesus to anyone who would listen. That led him to dating a like-minded Christian classmate named Jessica Blankenship. That's his first girlfriend. His grades picked up, and he re-engaged with school. Mark threw himself into work at the South DeKalb County YMCA, where he had been volunteering as a summer camp counselor. Campers there nicknamed him Nemo, and he was named a, quote, outstanding counselor. They were said to chant Nemo to him, all kids. They were real into him.
Things are looking up for this guy, for Mark David.
The little people have taken the back seat for a while.
Good. They should have.
Cultural influences from this period later loomed large for Mark. After his 1971 conversion, he turned against John Lennon when he learned of Lennon's 1966 comment that the Beatles were, quote, bigger than Jesus, and what he saw as anti-religious lyrics in Imagine. With his Christian friends, Mark went so far as to parody the song singing, quote, imagine John Lennon is dead instead of imagine all the people. He burned all of his Beatle albums as well. There was like one of those big religious things where everybody's throwing their shit on the pile kind of thing.
So dumb.
Started calling Lennon a phony who preached peace while living in wealth, a theme that would resurface years later. There might be some truth to that. We'll talk about that in part 2 a little bit.
Sure.
But not what Mark David's thinking.
If there's one thing Seinfeld taught me is that you don't call someone a phony. Do you not remember that episode?
I don't. I was trying to think real quick. I'm drawing a blank, though.
Oh, I forget the actor's name. It's the bald-headed guy with a goatee. And it's when he's fighting with George for a parking spot outside, and Jerry's got the boxing fights on upstairs.
Yeah.
And Kramer's like, oh, I invited this guy. And then Jerry finds out that this guy called him a phony. Jerry's a phony.
All right.
And Jerry didn't want him there.
I don't know. I think Lennon might be bigger than Jesus. So suck it, Mark David.
It's not Lennon, the Beatles.
Well, it's true, but
Which were probably even bigger than John Lennon. So
imagine John Lennon is dead. What a jerky face.
I'm interested for part 2's research because I don't really know a lot about John Lennon from that time period.
Yeah.
Like, I just know that he was laying in bed with Yoko at a period of time.
he can be pretty unlikable from what I've seen and read. He didn't seem like...
That's my impression of him. I'm interested to see like what I find out next week.
Doesn't mean his message was wrong.
Never had the urge to kill him.
No.
Just seemed like he could be a little unlikable.
No, he should still be alive for sure.
I think his message was great for the most part. I guess I really don't know that much about it. Imagine's a good song. I like it.
Yeah. Lennon would be, 85 years old right now?
Is that it? I guess I always think of them as so much older, but that makes sense.
I always wanted to do a cover version of Imagine. I never got to before I got propofilled. Imagine all the booty holes. I wonder if you can spread open those booty holes and put in there your little man.
Ian, please keep talking. Instant Karma is my favorite.
That's a good tune.
Yeah.
Lennon's got some bangers. I like John Lennon.
He's also got some really shit ones.
Well,
It's peaks or valleys, I think, for the John Lennon solo circuit.
yeah, because he got that kook doing music with the kook Yoko all the time.
Didn't help. She was not musically inclined.
No, she was not. No.
See, I don't know anything really about her situation too.
But you heard her music.
Well, yeah.
On the This or That.
But I don't know if I'm making this up, but like when they got together, nobody else was a fan of her, right?
No, they'd say she broke up the Beatles.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is then mocked in Spinal Tap.
Well, we'll talk about her more next week.
I can't wait.
She's going to be a lot of next week.
Yeah. I got some sound clips from that last show, I believe.
That's so fucking funny. And the fact that like Ian and I legit were stumped on some of those.
Oh, I stumped you guys.
Yeah.
There was one that I thought was Yoko. That was
Porn
not.
or was it an animal?
It was an animal.
Boom.
Then there was the one that I was sure was an animal, and it ended up being porn.
There was a lot going on in that game. Mark David's second influence was J.D. Salinger's The Catcher in the Rye. In his late teens, a friend, Michael McFarland, recommended it. Mark identified with Holden Caulfield's focus on, quote, phoniness and the idea of protecting children in the rye, which matched his savior themes in earlier fantasies. We'll get more into that when we talk about like the trial stuff and psychologists talking to him. The book became his obsessive, quote, scripture, shaping how he saw himself and later serving what he called his, quote, statement to the world.
It's a good book.
Yeah, I think a lot of kids feel that way when they find that book.
I don't think I've ever read that.
You should. It's good.
Well, get it before it's banned, pal.
I thought it was already a banned book.
It is, but you
It's
can
on a
still
lot of
find
banned book lists. I don't know if it hits
it.
the
I
same.
have it if you want it.
If it hits the same reading it as an adult.
No, I didn't read it till I was an adult.
Oh.
And I was expecting, it's kind of like when you guys had me read Outsiders.
Yeah.
You have to put your mindset back into like the time and like the age of it.
Sure.
Otherwise, you're like, why is this a classic? Like, it's good.
You're in a different mind space as a teenager when you read that versus reading it as an adult.
Catcher in the Rye, I liked better the first time reading it than I did Outsiders.
Okay.
I thought it fit more to even turn an adult. Outsiders, when I read that, I was like, this is just a teen book. And I probably should have read it as a teen because now I'm like, I get it. It's not bad, but it's just not for me. So I agree. It's one of those.
Yeah. I believe S.E. Hinton was 16 years old when she wrote The Outsiders, right?
Oh,
I think she was a teenager, so it absolutely
right.
is a teen book.
Yeah. I'm super stoked for that musical next year that we're going to go to.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Yeah, the music's good.
The music's really good.
I like it.
So when Mark graduated from Columbia High School in 1973, he tried a conventional path, but struggled with depression and identity. In the fall of 1973, he enrolled at Covenant College, a small Presbyterian liberal arts school on Lookout Mountain in Georgia, choosing it for the Christian aspect and just hoping it would get him on track. He had trouble focusing on his schoolwork, though, and fell behind almost immediately. He was also carrying a lot of guilt from the previous summer at the Fort Chaffee refugee camp. He cheated on his girlfriend, that was Jessica Blankenship, with another volunteer. Really trying to look for like the details on this. Like, what does cheating actually mean for Mark, since he was all into like the Jesus stuff?
Yeah,
but
he held hands with another girl.
Yeah, but I couldn't figure out. I couldn't find anything. He didn't tell Jessica, and he couldn't reconcile it, so he ended up falling into a depression. He later said this is when persistent suicidal thoughts started. Quote, I felt like a failure. I fell down a dark hole. After one semester, he dropped out of Covenant, and Jessica ended the relationship soon after. At 19 years old, so that's early 1975, Mark returned to his parents' home, saying he felt, quote, like a nobody.
Yeah, but you're our nobody.
They were waiting in the walls.
Yeah, they were still there.
A standing ovation when he came back. They were so happy. It was like a wrestling return. Like they popped when he came out.
We welcome you back to the house, back to the house.
Back in Decatur, Mark tried to regain purpose through the YMCA, where he had previously done well. The South DeKalb YMCA welcomed him back and promoted him to assistant director of the summer youth program. Coworkers said that he could be patient, creative, and engaging with kids. Parents trusted him, and the staff considered him super responsible when he was in a good mood. We're starting to get back into the mood swings a little bit with Mark because they started noticing some erratic behavior. Mark started smoking weed again and eventually would start skipping shifts, showing up like where you could tell he was fucked up on something, you know?
Probably not good at the YMCA.
No, not when you're
summer youth program.
showing off all fucking super high. So he gets more and more erratic, and his moods are swinging from highs to lows. And after about a month or so, he just abruptly quit after an argument with a colleague over a small issue. Some reporting out there says that it was with the swimming director of the YMCA.
Cool. That's big dog. That's big dick energy if you're swimming director.
Is it?
Sounds like it.
Okay.
My only experience with YMCAs are their pools. So I just assume if you're in charge of the pool, probably a big dog over there.
I've never been to one before.
That's my experience with the YMCA, taking swimming lessons and floating or sinking to the bottom of the pool and almost drowning and having to be rescued and told you failed your swimmer's test. What am I doing here?
Have you ever stepped in a YMCA since?
No, never. It was horrible. How embarrassing.
Does the YMCA still put out, they still offer like beds to people like who need it?
I don't know.
Didn't they used to though? I think the YMCA used to have like beds, or maybe I read that in like a Bukowski or something.
It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Why? Yeah. Right.
But is that what they meant by it? I don't know what they meant by the song.
I thought you can be a young man. You can get yourself clean. You can something.
Okay.
Am I close with the lyrics? I don't know.
Something like that.
That's what I'm hearing in my head.
I don't know. I'm not drunk at a wedding, so I don't know.
Right. But yeah,
Or
I
a
think
fucking
so.
baseball game. Right? That's the only place.
Yeah,
would
I
do
guess
that.
so too. They're showing all the kids dancing or something.
Yeah. In late 1975, Mark took an overseas trip through his YMCA connections, hoping to recapture a sense of purpose he'd had as a camp counselor. So he still has contact with people. He's not so far gone with mental illness issues or anything that he like completely cuts anyone off.
So no one's written him off. He's still there.
He was selected for an international program and sent to Lebanon to help with youth activities. After he arrived, the Lebanese civil war got worse and foreign staff were evacuated within weeks. He was reassigned to a stateside mission assisting Vietnamese refugees at Fort Chaffee in Arkansas, a resettlement camp run by the Christian organization World Vision. Interesting detail, World Vision, they come up in some Jonestown conspiracies.
Really?
Before you said that, I was about to say World Vision. Sounds like a future cult episode.
Sounds like a CIA operation potentially, or like a front.
That could be a good show.
Yeah.
If there's enough meat out there for it.
Not a full show on them, but definitely to bring up next week. We can bring that up, and if we ever or whenever do a Jonestown conspiracy show, talk about it.
Or like a CIA front type show, or just like little one hitters on things
and stuff that we know that they were up to.
Yeah, or conspiracy, beliefs that they're involved with or something.
Democracy's overthrown.
Yeah. We do a whole thing about
it. A whole fucking laundry list.
Man. Yeah. World Vision was, they were down there trying to, like the same time Jim Jones was down in Brazil trying to get people to convert. World Vision was down there doing it as well.
Speaking of Lebanon, Beirut has always been on my list of cities, like at the top where I'd love to go.
Yeah?
It's always so dangerous, though.
That's
lately.
Yeah.
I hope to get there someday. I love Lebanese food. It is so good.
It is really tasty.
I would love to get over there.
Singapore is mine. I want to go to Singapore.
Yeah, I'd like to get over to Singapore.
I heard it's expensive as fuck.
Very expensive from what I understand. Very safe, though.
You ain't gonna fuck around over there.
People leave their wallets, phones just sitting on a table right out in the open. There's no crime.
For harsh punishments for crime.
Yeah, I think we talked about this one time.
I think we have. I bring it up every now and then.
What do they do? What are the? I feel like there's like some pretty aggressive shit.
What, you litter, public lashings, naked, and they make fun of your tiny wiener while they're whipping you. Yeah, I wouldn't litter. I'm not littering.
I'm good on it.
I'll find a trash can, officer. I'm fine. Yeah, I don't know the specifics. I just know it's always pretty. It's harsh, but you're safe.
Yeah, it was very safe. Interesting history to Singapore. Yeah, I'd love to go over there as well.
All right, first live show, Singapore.
Done.
Nobody from Australia is allowed to go because they're just criminals.
We'll be like tarred and feathered down the streets.
No, we'll be very well behaved. I think you're allowed to say whatever, right? Like,
just don't.
Just don't break one of their laws.
Isn't chewing gum illegal? People spit it on the street. I'm thinking of chewing gum.
So they just go right to like the root of it. They're like, no, just fuck it, no gum.
I might be making that up, but
I mean, just save the little wrapper it comes in, spit it in that, and throw it away. Like Larry David did with that waitress, right? With the girl walking by in the restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
And then they end up dating for a while.
What was that?
I can picture the actress. Yeah. I can't remember where it goes from there. Yeah. Okay. Well, I got my Seinfeld and my Curb.
Yeah, that's a weird detour, but yeah.
I'm going to shut up back. Now. Yeah.
So while he was at World Vision, Mark, it's kind of the same thing. He started working with kids. Everybody.
That's a dream job, Mark. Mark David, go get him.
This is not what I thought was going to happen when I wrote this outline. But the program director, David Moore, made Mark the key aide and area coordinator for the camp. On the program's last day in December 1975, Mark told coworkers, quote, "One day one of us is going to be somebody. About 5 years from now, one of us will do something famous and it will bring us all together."
That's really weird.
That 5 years is pretty fucking accurate too.
Spot on, huh? You know who else excelled with children?
Who?
My penis.
Christ.
While at Fort Chaffee, Jessica visited Mark. That was his old girlfriend, the Christian girl that he was dating.
Jessica Blankenship that he cheated on.
Yes.
Yes.
He held hands. Making a friendship bracelet with another girl.
Yeah. So she came and they talked about getting married and stuff.
She came to visit?
She came to visit.
Okay. Because I'm guessing she didn't came very often.
Probably not.
She didn't do a caming.
In early 1976, he followed her lead and enrolled with her at Covenant College. That's the same school that he dropped out of again, so he did it again. But almost like clockwork, he started to struggle with his schoolwork and fell behind again pretty fast. Like, it just seems like school's not for Mark.
Maybe he's just not that smart.
And school's not for everybody.
It's not. The world needs ditch diggers, my friend.
God damn.
Everyone's IQ is not suitable for school.
That's true, though. Like, right? Like, not everybody's going to be fucking...
No, some people
physicist.
are dumb.
It became for a while such like a black mark to go to trade school. And it shouldn't be, right? Like, those are good jobs.
Yeah.
People need to do them. You make some
Absolutely.
good fucking money. You get in one of those unions and you're going to be making bank.
I got news for you. All those entry-level coding jobs are gone. They don't are going to exist anymore in 18 months. So,
Yeah, all that looking like... I think you're right, Mike, or at least I feel like you're right. Like early 2000s, mid 2000s, like looking down on blue collar jobs a lot.
You were looked at almost as like a loser if you weren't going to college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look who's doing what now. Because like you said, those jobs are fucking gone.
I went to college and now I sit across from Michael Jackson talking about little boys all day. Clearly, I've lost in life.
what a waste of time that was, huh?
Meanwhile, somebody's in, the steel union and fucking making so much money and the overtime.
Sure.
Or pipe fitters or guys with tool belts and Carhartts and all that stuff.
Those guys.
Those men.
Those guys.
Those guys. Guys who torque wrenches and fix pistons and fuck women. Men. They're making bank. They went to the school of hard knocks.
Hard cocks.
And now... Oh, boy.
I think some of them fuck men, too. So let's not be...
That's true. That's very true.
If I had even the slightest bit of mechanical aptitude in any area, that's none of that stuff. Makes no sense to me, any of it.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, it's lost on me.
I don't know why. My wife does all that stuff here. I don't.
Yeah.
She puts everything together. I don't do anything.
Look, you want to talk about musicals? We're the guys. We'll talk musicals with you. You want to, rebuild an engine on a 1986 Ferrari? We're not your guys.
No, probably not.
I'll stand there and drink a beer and I'll talk with you.
Yeah.
And I'll kayfabe my way by talking NASCAR. And people are like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. No.
This guy fucks.
Yeah, I'm just, borderline autistic when I'm watching NASCAR races and I remember everything they say. I can hear about some of this stuff. I couldn't point it out in a car. I could change my windshield wiper fluid. That's pretty tough-ish.
It's not easy. You might spill it all over the place.
You got to be precise with that.
Can you change it without a funnel?
I've never actually used a funnel. Do people use a funnel?
What?
Did I just earn my Carhartt?
I don't know. The dealer puts it in when they get an oil change.
That is what happens now. Yeah. In all fairness, I haven't actually put fluid in my car in a while because they just fill it up for. They're like, oh, you topped off your fluids. I'm like, oh, thanks. I was going to do that, but thank you. Thanks for doing that, anyways, for me.
Love having my fluids topped off.
This is not the show that Ian expects. No,
sure is not.
This is one of those ones where it's the Ben Affleck meme of him with a cigarette. And Ian's like, oh, God. All right. So, trade schools. We need more of them.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to go to college. You really don't have to go to college. Stop it.
I feel like there's a lot of things you learn in college that make you a well-rounded individual. I think that's important. That being said,
you mean academically or
just to learn about the world, to have a well-rounded education and knowledge of different things in the world that you might not necessarily learn in trade school.
But if you're only going because you feel like you have to, you're probably not going to take advantage of it. I think if
I agree,
you should want that education and maybe want to go. But I don't know, if you feel like if you just have to go because you're told this is what you have to do, then you're just going through the motions, kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? I just think we need an enhanced,
and getting in debt.
Enhanced curriculum at the high school level. You're like, hey, can you teach me how to, balance a checkbook? No, but go square dance at lunch or whatever bullshit that you do in high school.
Absolutely. Oh, I 100% agree with that. Let's actual
life courses.
Yeah.
You don't need shop though.
You don't need woodworking.
No, I don't need that.
Balance
my
a checkbook.
Fucking fingers off.
Yeah. Here's the process of buying a house.
Yeah.
Here's
useful
what it means
stuff
for loans and mortgages and stuff like that.
Well, Mark did not do any of those things because he.
Oh, come on, Mark.
He dropped
This
out.
is Ian helping us get back on track.
He dropped out a second time.
Oh, Mark David. I'm so disappointed.
And Jessica ended the relationship a second time. Oh. And then they were pretty close to being engaged.
We told you to treat her better, Mark David.
So over the summer of 1976, Mark drifted. He briefly returned to the YMCA as assistant camp director, but quit after fighting with a coworker. On a friend's suggestion, he took a job as an unarmed security guard, thinking, being alone, working by himself would suit him better. He did well and was offered a promotion, but turned it down because, I don't know, he got like a panic attack kind of thing over the responsibility.
Yeah.
In the fall, he completed a 1-week firearms course to become a certified armed guard, scoring 80 out of 100 on the pistol range. 60 was what was considered passing. He was also said to be very irritable at this time, so it's probably not a good idea for Mark to have a gun.
Do you think there's a class system with armed versus unarmed guards? Like if an armed guard walks by an unarmed guard, he like kind of snickers a little bit and rubs his piece?
As a former security officer, unarmed.
Yes.
Probably. I wasn't around armed security officers. We had a lot of police that helped us, and I feel like we were like the little brother, and they're like,
yeah,
sure there, big guy.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving us the call. We'll handle this. Go back to your dipping your Oreos in white milk. You beta bitch. I'm going to go fuck your wife later.
Yeah, probably.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. We've all been there before. Needing help, but just not being able to find it. How did it make you feel? Overwhelmed? How did not having help impact your decision making? These days, it feels like there's advice for everything. Cold plunges, gratitude journals, screen detoxes. But how do you know what actually works? With the internet and information overload about mental health and wellness, it can be a struggle to know what's true and what action steps to take. Using trusted resources and talking to live therapists can get you personalized recommendations and help you break through the noise. Therapy can help us break down our stress levels and allow us to focus more on positive energy and a healthier frame of mind. By working through our mental health challenges, we're better able to serve ourselves and others, which ultimately helps us establish and maintain a healthy and happy lifestyle. Therapy can also be helpful in learning new positive coping skills, setting boundaries, and empowering you to be the best version of yourself. Therapy is not only for those who've experienced trauma. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. And it works, with an App Store rating of 4.9 out of 5 based on over 1.7 million client reviews. It's convenient, too. You can join with a therapist at the click of a button, helping fit therapy into your busy life. Plus, you can switch therapists at any time. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/necro. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/necro.
Around this time, Mark got fixated on Hawaii as an escape. He found a library book about the Hawaiian Islands and spent hours studying maps of Oahu, picturing a new life there. In January 1977, at 21 years old, he made an impulsive decision to act. Mark withdrew his remaining savings, about $1,200, and bought a one-way ticket to Honolulu. He told no one what his actual plan was, that he was going to just take this short vacation and then end his life. In Honolulu, he splurged for several days at the luxurious Moana Hotel, lounging on Waikiki Beach by day and drinking Mai Tais in the hotel bar at night. For 5 days, he, quote, lived the life of a wealthy tourist, he later said, trying to soak in a few moments before ending his life. When his money ran low, Mark moved to a cheap room at the local YMCA. He was just kind of alone in his despair. Always with the YMCA. He always goes back to what he knows.
His favorite spot.
It's fun to stay.
Heard that.
He called his former girlfriend Jessica in Georgia and said he had come to Hawaii planning to kill himself. But now he told her that he had, quote, regained his desire to live, and asked her to tell him that she still cared and that he should come home. Jessica was concerned and told him, quote, just come home. So he flew to Atlanta within a few days. When Mark got there, though, it was clear she did not want to reconcile things. She just wanted to, like, hey, don't kill yourself. Get back on a plane. Get out here. You know, she didn't really want to patch things up with him.
She hoodwinked him.
Yeah.
I think Kiss...
She was trying to save his life, too, right?
She was, yeah.
She was trying to be a good friend.
Right.
Yeah. I think Kiss said it best, though, right? Everybody's got a reason to live.
Cool. They really did. It's not a cover, is it? Is that an original? I think it is.
I think it's original.
I think so. That's a Paul Stanley original.
There you go.
I like that song a lot. Is that Crazy Nights album?
I think it is, right?
And I really like Crazy Nights.
Is it, or is it Hot in the Shade?
Hot in the Shade is Forever.
Yeah.
Which is the Michael Bolton song, which is why I'm mixing them up too.
Right.
Ian
I can't
hates
remember
this
all this.
episode. This is Ian's least favorite episode we've ever done. We're deep cutting Kiss 80s Kiss deep cuts. Let's wait till we get into Tears Are Falling.
I went to that concert.
Tears Are Falling, did you?
I think so. The Asylum tour?
Yeah.
I think I went to that
85.
I did go to that show. I know tears are falling.
So at this point, Mark went back to his parents. Like, he really doesn't have anything else to go back to, you know. They were in the middle of a divorce at this point. So he briefly stayed at a motel before deciding there was nothing left for him in Georgia. Within weeks, so this by May 1977, he bought another one-way ticket to Honolulu, going back to Hawaii to carry out his original plan. Back in Hawaii, Mark was fully off the rails. He drifted around Honolulu, staying in shelters, back to sleeping on the beach. He took odd jobs for cash, drank heavily, and at night he called suicide prevention hotlines. He said to just hear a human voice.
Oh my gosh.
Hello, suicide hotline.
Oh, Jesus.
The little people are on the other end.
They're manning the phone lines.
Also, the phone is a banana.
Remember when you hit the couch and blew us out of the wall? It's very unpleasant, Mark David. You fuck.
On a deserted beach, he set up the suicide attempt that he had been planning. Mark bought a vacuum cleaner hose, attached one end to the tailpipe of a rented car, and ran the other end through a window into the car. He started the engine, closed the windows, and waited for carbon monoxide to kill him. The attempt failed when the hose melted from the exhaust heat and the gas leaked out. A passing fisherman found him unconscious but alive and woke him up. Mark later said the fisherman was an angel who vanished after saving him. Mark said that he dropped to his knees and prayed. He said he felt God had given him, quote, a new chance to make something of his life. The next morning, Mark walked into a local mental health clinic and told a psychiatrist what had happened. He was admitted to Castle Memorial Hospital in Honolulu for clinical depression and placed on suicide watch. At the hospital, his mood improved. Within a week, he was playing guitar for other patients and helping with therapy activities. After about 2 weeks, in early 1978, doctors said he was no longer suicidal and discharged him and helped Mark get a job at a local gas station. He took the second chance and started volunteering at Castle Memorial during his off hours, visiting elderly patients and playing Hawaiian songs for them on his guitar. Coworkers said that he was, quote, delightful to work with, that he, quote, tried so hard to please, and that he showed empathy toward the patients. He socialized with doctors and nurses after work, so he's getting back into a normal life. By the spring of 1978, he said, quote, I could once more look at myself as a success, not a failure.
Seems like a good dude underneath the surface. He just has a lot of mental problems.
Yeah, there's a lot of mental illness.
Yeah.
He also, man, he fucked up his brain, though. His brain is forming, you're 14 years old.
Yeah.
And he's huffing glue and LSD.
100%.
He was dropping a lot of LSD as like a 15, 16-year-old.
Yeah.
That'll fuck up your head forever.
I did LSD when I was that age.
But like a
Not
lot.
very many times, though.
But you weren't like abusing the fuck out of it.
Once or twice. I don't recommend it.
It doesn't sound fun.
Says the guy who's now too afraid of Ambien.
Times have changed.
Now the man just wants a Blizzard delivered to his front door with some French fries.
That's all I
He'll
need.
eat that and he'll sleep like a little happy camper. Picture Dave like tucked in, like wiggling his butt, just getting all comfy in the sheets.
I do tuck myself in like that, like a little burrito.
Belly full of a Blizzard and French fries.
Little Dave burrito.
Yeah.
Nate.
No, you don't. You sweat just as much as me. You ain't using all those blankets. Maybe a
I
sheet.
used to. I keep the house pretty cold now, though, and
That's the stuff.
snuggle up like a little burrito. It's nice.
I'm often raw dogging asleep. No nothing.
Yeah.
Just laying
I do
on a
that
bed.
too.
Laying on a bed, fan on, just laying there.
yeah.
I'm hairy as well.
That's true.
Documented. It's a natural blanket.
Yeah.
It's a blanket. What are you gonna do?
Sexy.
It's not. Not at all. Actually makes me not hard in the slightest at all to look at myself.
I noticed quite a few gray chest hairs when I was at the pool today. I don't really like seeing that. Not on you, on me.
On you. Oh, I
On
was
me.
like, I thought you were looking at other guys. I was like, oh, okay. All right. I've never really judged other men's chest hair. On you. Okay. Hey, it happens. I don't mind gray. That doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Like a salt and pepper beard and hair. Like, I think that's a
beard,
good look.
I don't know. It's just jarring, I guess. I don't know.
I get a little bit in my chin. I'm starting to get some white.
Oh, yeah.
I don't mind.
You're getting
it.
up there in that age.
Yeah, almost 40. Almost 40. At this point, I'm, almost put me out to pasture.
Yeah, exactly.
So that spring, Mark wanted to travel the world. With support from the hospital's credit union, he got a small loan and permission for a 6-week leave of absence. He started planning an around-the-world trip and worked with a Honolulu travel agent, an American woman named Gloria Abe. As she set the itinerary, they developed a mutual attraction, and by his July 1978 departure, they had started a relationship. Mark's solo route took him to Japan, Korea, and mainland China, which had only recently been opened up to Western visitors, then through Thailand, India, and Israel, and on to Europe, ending in Geneva, Switzerland, where he stayed with his former YMCA boss, David Moore. His last stop was in Atlanta, Georgia, for a short family visit and a few friends before he went back to Hawaii. He arrived in Honolulu in late August 1978, where Gloria was waiting at the airport. They had written letters while he was away and grown closer. On a beach walk in January 1979, Mark knelt down and wrote, "Will you marry me?" in the sand, and Gloria wrote back yes with 3 exclamation points.
Explanation points?
Did I say it right? Exclamation points. That's at Southern Ohio.
What do you say? I don't know if have you mentioned this before? Exclamation.
Exclamation. I say planation sometimes.
It's some sort of aberration on the word.
Yeah, I throw like a P in there. I can't help it. It just happens.
What's your
explanation point?
Oh, explanation point. Okay.
I try hard not to do it, but I do it.
What did he say earlier in the episode?
Something stupid.
I don't remember.
Don't call him out. Stop it. You're being mean.
Slep. He says slept. There's no T. Slep.
Wow.
That's the Southern Ohio for slept.
All right.
I slept.
Well, all right. He'll go
Yeah.
to Walmart's later and get a book about it, and he'll be fine.
Back here in Gould, we don't need no
there
T
it
and
is.
then slept. Slep. Add an
I've
S to
never-
Walmart and take the T off of slep. I slept in the Walmart's parking lot one time.
I've never noticed you say slap.
I didn't notice that either.
Dave picks up on that shit. He's very highbrow with all that. He's very smug.
Yeah, but then what do you say? Onion? But you put a G in there,
Onion.
right? Yeah.
Onion.
Yeah, this guy.
Onion.
Jeez.
I called my mom out on that. I'm like, why do we say fucking onion, Mom? Onion? She didn't realize it either. I'm like, look at what an embarrassment you made me say onion.
Now I fucking talk for a living, and people laugh at me, and they hurt my feelings. I say all kinds of shit weird too.
She later said that it was, quote, the best day of my life, even better than the wedding, which I'm getting the engagement. Yeah, and Mark carried her piggyback down the beach, and they're laughing. You know, it's like they described it as like a super,
That's nice.
yeah, like super in love. They got married on June 2nd, 1979 in Hawaii. Mark was 24, and Gloria was 27. After the wedding, Mark and Gloria moved into an apartment in Honolulu. He took a new job at Castle Memorial Hospital in the print shop, operating printing presses and copy machines. He was working alone in a windowless room. It was very isolating, and without any that patient contact he had before, his old problems started coming back. He got very moody and short-tempered. He had gotten into a very heated argument with Gloria's boss at the travel agency and demanded that she quit. She did and found another job. So pretty controlling. You know, it's starting to go off the rails.
Quickly.
At the hospital, he was fired, then rehired, then got into a shouting match with a nurse and quit. So by late 1979, he was unemployed again. He found work as a night security guard at a luxury high-rise apartment building in Honolulu.
Armed or unarmed? You need to know.
I don't know about this
And I
one.
hope unarmed. This
Oh.
guy's very suicidal.
Yeah, Mark doesn't need a gun.
That's what Yoko said.
Isn't that weird to think about, like how he tried to kill himself on the beach and, you know, the tube melted and stuff? Like John Lennon would probably still be alive.
Yeah, we would have
right?
had 45 more years of Lennon music.
Yeah. Like if
This fuck stick would have just been...
Which would have been sometimes great, sometimes shit. Like we
Probably,
said earlier.
it would have been hot and cold. Sure,
Up and
sure.
down.
Might have been a masterpiece, though.
it's just weird how history works like that.
It's very weird.
The job paid well, but it left him with a lot of downtime. Mark worked the graveyard shift alone and started drinking heavily again. He started getting obsessed with new things, and one at this time was art. He spent $2,500 on a Salvador Dali print, took it back, and bought a Norman Rockwell print for $7,500, partly with money borrowed from his mother.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
The spending put the couple in debt. You know, him and Gloria in a bad financial
Not
spot.
to mention his mom, right?
Yeah. On March 13th, 1980, he wrote, quote, "Get out of debt" on their wall calendar and started a strict savings plan. Gloria saved with him, but his state got worse. He later said he developed a, quote, "series of obsessions, artwork, religion, and more focused on John Lennon and Holden Caulfield." He's back on that again. In the summer of 1980, Mark started talking to the little people again and treated them like advisors in his head.
Hey, Mark David, how did we get to Honolulu, Hawaii? Did you drug us and fly us here like that guy on the A-team?
They should be thankful, no? They're in Hawaii.
Yeah. We're out of Atlanta. We're in Hawaii. paradise.
He revived the same private world that he had as a kid, the kingdom in the walls. Still doing like the kind of toy soldier thing. Like he would play music for them.
Yeah, sure.
Blow up the wall if they pissed him off.
Well, yeah, that's what happens.
At night, he sat rocking on the floor with his tape recorder and stereo, splicing together Beatles songs, movie soundtracks, and lines from The Catcher in the Rye, while he consulted the little people for guidance. This is not good.
No,
This is not good.
Why don't you go blow out Gloria's back instead of our wall again?
I wonder what movies he used. Also, Catcher in the Rye is good. It's not that good. I'm splicing lines into songs.
Like what movie soundtracks?
Yeah, I guess movie soundtracks. I'm sorry.
We're going to talk about Mark's, like the mental health aspect of it next week. I think I said this before when we talk about like the court case and or the trial and everything. But yeah, he's finding all kind of connections in Catcher in the Rye. Like this is
Trial? I thought this was a Beatles episode. Must be a lawsuit of some sort.
Something like that. Piracy. With all that splicing.
Fucking Lars Ulrich's going to show up.
That's right.
That guy. He really was right all along, but he took a bad rap.
Lars?
Yeah.
Well, they absolutely were.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was right.
But
He was just
people
kind of a dick.
hated him.
Because he was such a dick about it. But he was
Well,
right.
it's his art, right?
Yeah, I know,
I
but he was-
get it.
Yeah.
We were all stealing that shit.
Yeah.
Didn't you? You got a letter, right? For your movies?
Oh, yeah.
We've
I
talked
did.
about that on the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
You just download all that shit all night long.
Yeah.
He could have been nicer about it. He could have said, please stop downloading my
Think that
music
would have
illegally.
worked?
Oh, an 18-year-old impressionable Mike Namapop, maybe I would have been like, you know what? I am going to stop.
I feel like he could have had Sean Fanning killed, and he didn't do that. So maybe that was his way of being nice.
We're not doing an episode on Lars Ulrich.
That's right.
Dragging his name through the mud slightly.
I met Lars one
Because
time.
we stole his shit. Yeah, you asked him to play songs from some album he had no interest in playing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like, why aren't you playing Damage Incorporated, Lars? Like, well, man, like we're playing Battery right now. We're really feeling that. All right, Lars. Fucking play Damage Incorporated next time I see you.
You know what, Lars? I'm going to get you back in 15 years. I'm going to steal all of your music and download it and then burn it onto discs and listen to it in my Pontiac Sunfire.
Sunbird.
Sorry. Excuse me. Sorry. You showed him.
I did.
At this point, too, Gloria started to get really scared. At night, she sometimes locked herself in the bathroom to get away. She said, quote, I'd go in there and lock the door and just cry. By August 1980, Mark and Gloria had paid off their debts. They hit that get out of debt goal on August 15th. Yeah, so it's not like, you know how Joseph Callinger with his schizophrenia, like he was just fucking gone.
Completely off the
and
rails.
nothing was happening in the house.
He was building little hamster suits.
Yeah, and had like his family was all doing weird shit with him.
Like he had one son out killing the other son, right? Yeah, that wasn't good.
Mark's still able to function. Like there's still some things, there's still functioning things happening here. But inside, Mark said that he had, quote, unbearable pressure on him. He cleared out his record collection, regretted it, and bought new records. Remember, we said that he had burned those.
Yeah.
But then he just turned around and sold all that stuff. He bought expensive new speakers and then got really mad and smashed all the stuff. After watching Network, he decided television was corrupting them and threw out their TV. So, again, Gloria is very scared.
I'm sure she is.
I don't know what Network is. What is that?
It's a movie.
The Social Network. It's about Facebook.
Oh, okay.
I've heard of that.
Isn't that the with the what's his name? I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it. Isn't that from Network? I want to say Faye Dunaway in
I don't know that one.
1979.
I know
Network.
Faye Dunaway.
Was
Devil's Rejects, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Mama. What's her name?
Yeah.
Mama.
Fratelli.
No.
1976, actually, network. Yeah, Howard Beale, right? Was that the guy? Ned Beatty's in it.
I don't know that one.
Is it controversial? Like, why did he? Is it something that could have corrupted him? Like,
is there like sure.
Like maybe there was a racy scene in there or something.
My movie knowledge goes to like 1979 and then nothing until Charlie Chaplin. That's my movie knowledge.
Yeah.
And I only have 79 because I think that's when Slapshot came out with Paul Newman.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds right.
And that's it. I could not tell you anything about 60s or 70s movies.
I think I'm with you, right? That's when Texas Chainsaw came out, 79.
74.
Oh, 74.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I know that. I mean, I'm not your level of knowing that one, but what about, I mentioned it. What's the Dustin Hoffman movie, The Graduate?
69.
Okay. I like that movie a lot. That's a really good one. I love how he just knows that. Jesus Christ. It's like some loser who can name the attendance of WrestleMania 23 in Detroit at Ford Field.
67. Sorry. I'm live checking myself.
Fucking nerd.
Texas Chainsaw was 74.
Oh, geez. God, you have it right.
Damn, I didn't realize it was that early. All right.
And Margaret, right? A hot little piece of MILF ass.
That I
Dustin
don't know.
Hoffman.
Oh, from the movie. I didn't know her name, but yes. The Graduate's a really good movie.
Yeah. It's Mel Brooks. It was Mel Brooks' wife, Aunt Margaret, right?
Is Dustin Hoffman underrated? I think he
Underrated?
Is. I almost said
yeah.
over. I think he's very underrated.
Anne Bancroft, sorry. Not Aunt Margaret.
Jeez.
See, I'm just making stuff up here.
Yeah, no one fucking. Goddamn. Well, no one else was alive to contradict you from remembering it.
Yeah.
So
Mel Brooks' wife, though.
Okay.
Who's Aunt Margaret? See, now I'm going off the rails here.
I don't know.
I don't know either, pal. But you go ahead and Google that one.
Yeah, that's someone else. Never mind. Anne Bancroft, sorry.
I love that answer. Who's Aunt Margaret? Oh, she's someone else. Yeah, we knew that, motherfucker. We knew it was someone else.
Dustin Hoffman has some great movies.
I agree. I feel like he gets lost in the shuffle sometimes.
I agree, yeah. One of the best.
Yeah.
It's a Gay Fokker's
I was going to say,
father.
Meet the Fockers. Again, he holds his own and
yeah.
sometimes outperforms De Niro in that movie.
Absolutely.
So good. Rain Man, so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rain Man's good.
Yeah. I think Dustin Hoffman needs more praise in life.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna
I
say.
can get down with that. Tootsie.
I don't think I've seen that.
What's that one where the Nazi criminal pulls out his teeth?
Dustin Hoffman's teeth? Well, I don't want to watch that. How could you be violent against Dustin Hoffman?
That's
like,
a
I
good
want to
movie.
hug him.
Marathon Man. That's a good movie if you've never seen it. Marathon Man.
Yeah, you kind of spoiled it for me, pal.
It's good.
All right.
I think it was Nazis, right? Yeah, Nazi war criminal. That's a good movie. This is just stream of consciousness at this point.
Ian's just,
I love freeballing
Ian's just
like this.
trying to get us to the end of the episode. I do feel bad. Fucking.
All right, carry on, sir.
So he bought 2 copies of Catcher in the Rye, one for himself and one for Gloria, and he forced her to read it as well.
She's like, oh boy.
He talked about legally changing his name to Holden Caulfield, going as far as to write the Hawaii Attorney General's office to ask how. They're probably like, motherfucker, just threw it right in the garbage.
Right in the shredder.
What is this nonsense? At night, Gloria sometimes woke up to find Mark sitting naked on the floor, rocking with his tape recorder and stereo, splicing audio, like sampling things of Beatles songs, movie soundtracks, and lines from Catcher in the Rye. He later said that he started praying to Satan during these episodes, asking for strength to carry out an unnamed deed while also praying for God to stop him.
Uh-oh.
And then again, the little people are there. So Mark's got a lot going on.
I would say.
In September 1980, Mark's focus on John Lennon turned into an obsession. At the Honolulu Public Library, he found Anthony Fawcett's John Lennon, One Day at a Time, which detailed Lennon's celebrity life in New York. Reading about Lennon's wealth and recent work made Mark angry. Quote, he was angry that Lennon would preach love and peace, but yet have millions. That's what Gloria said. To Mark, Lennon had become a phony, like we said earlier. He's talking about having no possessions, and this is Mark's point of view while he's living in luxury.
I don't think that just being wealthy makes you lose your ability to comment on social justice matters.
No.
I never understood that argument. Your wealth and status is what allows you to speak out and maybe change people's minds. Without that, you're not going to have any impact. You'll just be like anyone else. So
I agree with all that. And I'm asking, I don't know, was Lennon portraying himself as just an advocate, or was he portraying, because, that makes a difference too. If you're portraying yourself as like, I'm one of you and we're going through this, that's different.
Yeah,
I don't think Lennon was necessarily, at least not that I've seen, but I don't.
There's that weird picture of him when they're doing that sit-in in a Manhattan hotel, him and Yoko for however long to promote peace or whatever they were doing. There's a picture of him and they were just standing in sheets while the maids changing the bed and stuff. Yeah. This is weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
No.
But I agree. There's nothing wrong. Like you should be able to speak out about social issues even though you're successful in life.
But wasn't
right?
some
like
of
that doesn't.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Wasn't some of their stuff like or at least Yoko, like performance art kind of protesting things or like making social statements?
Yeah, I'm not the biggest expert, I guess, on that. I'm going to cover more of that next week, I think.
But I guess if that's what's happening, I guess I could see people being a little annoyed with that. Like, all right, dude.
It doesn't invalidate your message. It just makes it a little sloppy looking, I guess. Like people that talk about climate change and fly their private jet all over the world.
Yeah.
The climate change message is still accurate, but maybe you're not the best messenger for to be telling us about it.
Yeah.
Or like, when I said earlier, it seemed like Lennon got to a point where he can be dislikable at some points. Then people are just going to associate you with that message, and that's going to naturally turn them against whatever you're saying.
Sure. Absolutely.
And also Yoko Ono.
Yeah.
Is least likable.
As you're trying to put needles in your ears to kill your eardrums so you don't have to hear anything anymore.
Mark started talking to anyone who would listen about Lennon's hypocrisy and made written lists of celebrities that he liked and ones that he hated. At first, Lennon sat on Mark's good list with artists that he saw as authentic, like Todd Rundgren.
That's the one person on the good list, Todd Rundgren.
I don't even know who that is.
70s singer guy.
I know the name. I feel like he's brought up in It's Always Sunny a couple times. Like they randomly bring him up to reference something.
In my mind, Todd Rundgren is on a stool with an acoustic guitar, and he's just like singing songs.
Yeah?
I don't know. That's in my mind. I have no idea who he is.
I really feel like I can hear Mac
really
yelling at someone like, "Why are you talking about Todd Rundgren?"
Getting all upset about it. Like, you will not speak that way.
Best known song, "Hello, It's Me." You know that song? "Hello, It's Me."
No. God damn.
Can we still be friends? "Bang the Drum All Day." Is that? I just want to bang on my drum all day.
Oh, that's an all right song.
Oh, okay.
That sounds like that's Todd Rundgren. "Hello, it's me." You don't know that song?
So he's not just a sit on a stool guy. He's like trying to have a good time.
I think so, yeah.
Well, his name's Todd.
You know, like
you can only do so much.
Yeah.
Well, don't you guys hate Todd?
The name Todd?
Yeah.
No.
Well, yeah. Jesse Plemons Todd.
I'm just saying. Ian would fight that actor in real life if he got the chance.
What's his name? Jesse something?
Jesse Plemons.
Yeah.
Kirsten Dunst's husband.
That's.
Oh, have we said that before? If you did, I forget that.
Yeah. Because they're in Civil War together.
Mm-hmm.
How's that make you guys feel?
Tingly.
I love how much Ian hates this guy. Tingly. I don't want to go down that route.
So Todd Rundgren always stayed on the good list for Mark, but
nice.
Lennon got kicked off eventually. He moved to the bad side. There were other famous names that he wrote that were on the bad side. Paul McCartney, Johnny Carson, Elizabeth Taylor, George C. Scott, Jacqueline Kennedy.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Ronald Reagan, and Hawaii Governor George Ariashi. David Bowie later said that he was, quote, second on the list.
Stop
All right,
it.
settle down, Bowie.
Enough.
No one's even mentioned you.
I don't even think he was on the list.
Yeah, quit making yourself part of the conversation.
Better not be. Bowie's a bridge too far, man. Who the hell wants to kill David Bowie?
Look, I love David Bowie, but David, you weren't even mentioned. Stop bringing yourself up on the list. Okay.
You're saying he invented that?
Change your attitude right now. I do like David Bowie a lot.
Same.
In a letter to his friend Linda Irish that month, so it's like we're still in 1980. Mark drew a Hawaiian sunset over Diamond Head and wrote, quote, "I'm going nuts," signing it, "The Catcher in the Rye."
I have a feeling bad things are going to happen or on the horizon here.
We're getting there. As his fixation got stronger in September 1980, Mark told Gloria vaguely about killing John Lennon, saying he felt, quote, "called to some drastic action in bringing Lennon up in an ominous way." Gloria was scared and begged him to go get some professional help. Mark made an appointment with a psychologist in October, but he didn't show up. And instead, he started quietly preparing for what he called a, quote, mission.
Uh-oh.
On October 20th, 1980, Mark read a Honolulu Star Bulletin about Lennon's return to music. John Lennon and Yoko Ono had released Double Fantasy and were recording again.
The fantasy was that someone told Yoko she could sing. That was the fantasy part.
And spoiler alert, it was John Lennon.
Yeah, that's right. No love, you're great.
Oh, it's an awful impression, but it was so good at the same
Keep on
time.
singing, Yoko. I love it.
I picture Dave right now wearing red heart sunglasses on the bridge of his nose, the hair hanging down over the face.
Makes my penis hard when you sing like that. No, I can't do that accent at all.
Oh boy. And they were both hippies. They didn't shave. That is pubis and pubis and pubis. Just all meshed together, getting wet and sweaty. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
I don't have any knowledge of that, so I can't comment one way or the other.
I'm supposing here, but I think I'm supposing correctly.
You're a pubis expert, so you would know.
Well, that's not true. Let's not throw that out there.
There's that pretty wild picture of them naked. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
That like overhead one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. Use your imagination.
Yeah.
It's fucking hippie loving. Pubis on pubis.
So that meant that John Lennon was in the public eye in New York, and that gave Mark David gave him an opening. On October 23rd, he resigned from his security guard job. On the form, he signed John Lennon and then crossed it out, later saying one part of him wanted to absorb Lennon's persona and another part wanted to obliterate it. He packed a suitcase and told Gloria he wanted to go to New York City to find work or clear his head. In truth, he intended to murder John Lennon. On October 27th, 1980, he walked into J&L Guns in Honolulu and bought a 5-shot 38 caliber Charter Arms undercover revolver for $169. The salesman introduced himself as Mr. Ono, and Mark, that fucking blew his mind. Hawaii's gun laws made ammunition hard to get. Hollow points were banned, so he arranged to get ammo elsewhere. He first flew to Atlanta, Georgia, where an old friend, Dana Reeves, now in law enforcement, agreed to help. Mark said he needed bullets for personal protection while traveling, and she provided 5 .38 special hollow point cartridges. Mark chose hollow point on purpose. He later said, quote, "I secured those bullets to make sure he would be dead." With a gun and ammo in hand, he dressed in a new suit and overcoat as if this was, a big special occasion. And on October 30th, 1980, Mark flew from Atlanta to New York City. And that is where we will pick back up on part 2.
Bad things on the horizon, I think. Methinks nothing good will come of this flight.
I'm starting to pick up where the story's going, I think.
Yeah.
I've seen some news reports.
Are you picking up what he's laying down?
Also, I've been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I know how the story ends. I did not know this story, though, and this is...
Did you know that he was like obsessed with Catcher in the Rye? And
I did not know a single thing about Mark David Chapman, and I think, at least after the end of this episode, this is a case of just missing mental health treatment.
Yeah.
And some early drug use that got out of hand.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But he was also a kid. Not also, like I'm not making an excuse. He was a kid. Didn't help. All these warning signs. If only there was someone that... it didn't seem like he had a lot of support around him.
His dad was very like the standard 60s, 50s stereotypical, like if anybody spoke out, beat his wife and nobody fucking talked to me.
Bootstraps kind of guy.
Yeah.
Like, come on, you're a man, do your job and provide.
His mom just kind of acted like nothing happened. Like it wasn't, she, in later interviews, she did acknowledge that, like she said that, I would yell out for Mark and stuff. Like she acknowledged that stuff, that's all real. So, he didn't really have any support.
But it's also...
But she also she did take him to a doctor for the rocking, and they said it was normal.
Really?
So they were trying to get him, figure out something.
Yeah.
So mom tried in his youth. But there's only so much you can do. And when you have professionals telling you it's normal.
Yeah. So next week we'll get through the rest of it.
It's fascinating to me. I did not realize he was as mentally ill, at least that's how I'm perceiving it now, as he is.
There's debate too on the motive exactly. There's, kind of historians or, people that have examined the case and go through everything. Kind of debate on what the motive was behind this and stuff. So, yeah.
At least it wasn't to impress Jodie Foster, right?
Well, that's a whole other story, pal. Have you seen, was it Taxi Driver, the De Niro movie?
No.
That was based off of the whole...
1976, Mike.
Yes, it was. Thank you. One of the De Niro. I guess so. I guess my 70s movies does go back.
How about that?
Because I love that movie. It's very slow moving.
It's very slow.
But it's really good. And that's what led to the attempted assassination of Ronald Reagan.
That's true.
Really?
So in the movie, De Niro plays a mentally unstable individual.
Travis,
who meets... Jodie Foster, Jodie Foster is a young prostitute in New York. Mm-hmm. And De Niro's a mentally unstable taxi driver. He meets, who's the lady who works for the campaign?
I don't
She's
remember.
a big name, though, right?
Sybil Shepherd.
Sybil Shepherd, yes. So anyway, she's working on the campaign for a presidential nominee. And De Niro, who is mentally unstable, tries to assassinate or teases assassinating the presidential nominee. In real life, what was the guy's name? Hinckley. John Hinckley?
John Hinckley. Jr.
No middle name, though. Became obsessed with Jodie Foster because of the movie Taxi Driver and shot Ronald Reagan.
To impress her.
To impress her to act out the movie.
Interesting.
Yes.
I didn't know anything about his assassination attempt.
Yeah. It was in his first few months in office. And what I think is, I think this is legit. I have to go back and look. Reagan was shot. They threw him in the limo. When they got to the hospital, what's the hospital in D.C.?
George
Washington Hospital. Buttoned up, walked in, because in case there were cameras there, walked into the ER just to seem presidential, to seem fine. As soon as he got into the ER, collapsed because of the gunshot wound.
That's wild.
Yeah. Maybe
The surgeon who operated on him died not too long ago. I remember seeing on the news. He went on to do all kinds of crazy, good stuff for the world.
As they were putting Reagan under, or getting him ready for surgery, he looked up at the doctors and said, "I hope you guys aren't Democrats," which is fucking awesome.
Doctor said, "Today, Mr. President, we're all Republicans," or something like that.
Is that what he said? Yeah. Oh, that's cheesy. That's cheesy. But that's funny at Reagan. Like he could be fucking dying. He's like, "Hope you guys aren't Democrats." Yeah, maybe we'll cover that on a history show one day. I guess I just told you the whole story.
That'd be interesting to dive into, though.
All based on Jodie Foster in Taxi Driver.
There's also some continuity of government issues when Reagan was under. Like Bush was doing something else, right? And Alexander Haig thought he was in control. And
same thing happened on the West Wing, Dave. Yeah, so let's settle down here. Bartlett and the whole regime. What happened when he was in surgery?
He wrote that story based on a discussion with a Secret Service agent who was with Reagan that day. Aaron Sorkin.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Which it's a great question. Like
Alexander
if something were to
Haig
happen, that's chaos.
Yeah. Haig did a press conference and said, "I'm in control of the government." People were like, "No, you're not.
Motherfucker." Per rule and law, you are not.
Yeah. Very chaotic.
Yeah.
Good story, though.
I have no idea how we got to here.
Yeah.
I enjoy this conversation, but that's not.
Assassinations of people.
Yeah. Well, Jodie Foster's the key element in a lot of these.
12-year-old Jodie Foster cast as the prostitute in that movie, which was pretty controversial.
Super young in that Taxi Driver movie.
Yikes.
She's not doing anything in the movie that's actually illegal.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they're not showing anything.
I don't know, 12's not that young.
Oh, God. Yeah, we set ourselves up for that one.
12-year-old's almost an adult, I think. There's the age of consent at Neverland. Legal age of consent. Neverland, Inc. 10 years old. You're an adult.
Oh, my God. Oh, boy.
When did was it Squeaky Fromm that tried to assassinate President Ford?
Ford, yeah.
What year did that happen?
Was that the
76-ish?
Jonestown?
No,
one?
the Charles Manson.
Oh, the Manson. I'm sorry, the
Yeah.
Manson one. Yeah.
Wow.
Fuck's going
He wasn't
on
only
there?
president for a couple of years, so 75, 76.
There's a lot going on with
It was
assassinations
It was
back
74 to January of 77.
Yeah.
August of 74, I think, is when Nixon gave the old deuces.
then. All right.
Something like that. All right.
Okay.
Good chaos discussion here today.
More next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the meat of it all next week.
I'll be back, Mike, for you next week.
Oh, thanks, pal. No, you won't be. There's not going to be any kid talking next week. Stop it.
Maybe Yoko's going to show up next week.
Please don't. Please. She's not an invited guest. She's not on the list. All right. So at this point, we can all agree that mental health treatment would have been beneficial.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Speaking of mental health treatment, Dave, what do you got for us on Patreon?
Thank you to new patrons Dick Cheese with tea and crackers.
I rest my case.
Gregory, Chris Bellew, Don't Tell God My Dick Feels Like Corn. Jen IM or Jen M, Civil Husky 19, Mason, Browntown, Brittany Longmire. It's Yeah Boy Justice, Nunya Shabusiness. I found Mike's boxers in my wife's lingerie drawer. 5-star sniff will come again. Carlos, McNashty, Shane Ashfell, Misha Romankin. Email your credit card info to notascam@yahoo.com.
Sounds legit.
Mommy, Amber Smith, and Nibba Jeweler. Thank you, new patrons. A wealth of entertainment awaits you.
Ian, what do you got for us?
On Patreon, we just did listener sex stories. It was the third installment of that we've done.
We did
Our
that.
listeners are more fucked up than I ever thought imaginable.
Yeah,
There's so much blood and vomit and cum in these stories.
Poo.
there's a
And
lot.
poo.
Poo.
Every bodily function is well represented. It is a democracy of bodily functions in this listener's sex story.
It's appalling.
Yeah.
And
So,
disgusting.
that's
And I 100% judge those people. It's a good thing I don't know their real names, but I'd be judging them.
And then the rest of the month, we haven't put out anything else yet because we got something else come out later this week. But some UFO stuff on Patreon later this month.
Yeah. And some bad, terrible murder tales later as well.
Yeah, the poll is pretty dark this month as well. So all of that is coming on Patreon.
All right, Dave, anything else from your end?
No, sir. That's quite enough.
We are on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Necronomipod, patreon.com/Necronomipod, amazon.com, search Necronomipod for all of our merch, and necronomipod.com.
All right, you guys ready for a cool down beer?
Cheers.